It's been 12 years I'm in coaching as a coaching client. First Tom Ferry, then I became a coach with Tom Ferry, and then Tony Robbins coaching. And I'll tell you this, it was not an easy decision at the beginning, because spending tens of and thousands of dollars, it was not an easy decision. But after 12 years, I'm going to share these 10 very important things I learned from coaching, so that can inspire you. Either, definitely you're going to get some knowledge, and also maybe it's going to inspire you to get a mentor, get a coach. The thing is, we all think like a coaching is motivation. We all think like a coaching is like just accountability, but it's not. Right coaching system is makes you the person you want to be, and that is the key. We all know that there are the three things, one, about when it comes to knowledge and when it comes to what we know. Is one is like a, I know what I know. Okay, so we all know, so you know what you know. The number two is, you know what you don't know. That means you know the certain things you don't know, and then you can always go look for it. You can go watch a video, you can always go to the library or read a book, audiobook. So because that's, what, this particular knowledge I don't know. But then the magic is, the most struggleful thing is that the blind spot is, you don't know what you don't know. And that is where a mentor, a coach comes to the position, and then they can see the blind spot from far, and then they can guide you to clear up that blind spot. And that is coaching. It's going to take you to where you are, what you achieved, to the potential where you deserve, your potential, and then they will help you fill up that gap. So let's go through. There are 10 most valuable lessons I learned from coaching, from Tony Robbins, from Tom Ferry in last 12 years. The very first of all, and then the most biggest one, is going to help you vision more than yourself. The true vision for the far. Now that is, you will think bigger than yourself, because normally what happened, we think in our strength, we think in our weakness, especially the weakness, because we think, okay, I cannot do that, so let's go this way. The coaching is going to help you. How can you become bigger than you can think yourself? And that guidance, and that is a leadership guidance. And then you will see that you are thinking to be, how can you be bigger than yourself? And that's what the coaching does, help you break your limiting belief, help you go beyond the limiting belief, help you overcome the challenges, help you rediscover yourself, or discover yourself. So that's the way, when coaching, in a coach asks you questions, and you keep on thinking on that, and you say, yeah, I can do that. I did that in, certain things in a small scale. Why cannot do that in the bigger scale once I 10x my effort or 5x my effort? And that's what the magic happens. So number one thing coaching did, it helped me um, vision bigger than myself, that what I couldn't even see, I couldn't even I didn't even know that I can go that far, that beyond. And that's what, like, now I'm a coach with Tom Ferry. I never thought of, like, being a coach, the number one real estate coaching system, on planet. And that is the coaching does. Secondly, it taught me the power of asking questions, especially open-ended questions. Now, this thing solved a lot of problems. Remember, we are in sales. As a business people, we always sell. Everybody sells, because as Brian Tracy say, even you convincing your parent or kids, that's selling. So we sell. But what happens here, and especially when me, like, as being in a service business, what we try to do, we try to sell. We start to tell. We're telling, but telling is not selling. Is the power is in the asking question, and especially open-ended question. And that's what I learned from the coaching, that whenever you're sitting with someone, you ask them question about their challenges, and ask them open-ended questions, so they can talk more, and they can let you know the challenges they are having. And Tony Robbins said, a powerful question gets a powerful answer. So smart question gets smart answer. So how to ask question, what to ask, and how can you asking question, how can you navigate a client situation to a sell, and that's where the business grows. So the asking the powerful question, how and what kind of word, for example, you have to you should always avoid using the word why, because whenever you're asking somebody why, like, why did you do that, why, and it becomes very defensive. So rather than asking the question, any question with why, you use the word how or what. For example, if you gave somebody to do something and they didn't do it, try that with your kid. Don't ask why didn't you do it, rather than ask like a what happened, what made you for you not to do that. See, when you ask something with the what or how, that the attitude, the conversation goes totally different, because nobody take it as a personal, as defensive. So so second thing, again, the power of asking questions, that's what I learned from the coaching. The next point, number 3, is the understanding value first then the price, because it's probably 99% time, you always see like a value. Somebody say, okay, I have this service or I have this product, okay, what's the price? But that's not the question, because without understanding the value, people are not going to pay the price. So value, providing the value first is very important. So when I'm sitting with a client and they ask, okay, how much commission you charge, and if I tell like, oh, this is the commission I charge, immediately the connection is lost, because they're going to think me as what other people do. But that's not the true, because especially say in real estate, we have a team, we have a huge brand, I have 26 years of experience. So what we need to do is always go and talk about the value first, what I'm going to do. Same thing, when you buy a t-shirt, there are some t-shirt is like a $10, $5, and there's some t-shirt $100 and $150. Why? Because it's the value. Is you check the product first and then you pay, because when you're buying a wedding dress, how much you pay, you pay 10 times of the any other dress probably you pay. Why? Because the value. Same thing, I have another video about the same water bottle. When somebody is selling in a grocery store and somebody selling at the airport, is a totally different value. It's the same exact water bottle. Why? Because it's the value, is the need, is the who is going to pay. So a lot of different things. So always put the value first. That's another thing is I learned. Never talk about the price. I see sometimes, when we interview new real estate agent to join, and then first thing they ask, oh, how much commission you want to pay? Like, come on. See, there's a lot of things, because people don't understand that when you're joining a company, it's not about how much salary they just pay to you. Sometimes you may have to take a cut on the salary or commission if they provide a lot of value, because that I'm going to take a little dip now, but the value I'm going to get from this company, the help, I'm going to be bigger than myself. So tomorrow, 6 months from now, year from now, I will ask, not a little bit more, double, triple, quadruple the price I'm charging right now. And that's where the value comes from. So always put value first. Either you selling somebody something or you buying something. Means like you joining a company and, either a job or commission in a job or salary job, check the value they are providing and the value you are providing. And based on that, then you decide the price, because never go the price first, always value first. And I'll give you a little tip here, like, it was not the mindset what changed everything for me, it was the execution, the continuous execution, continuous reminder of execution by the coaching system. That is very important. The execution is everything. Number 4, it taught the become a problem solver, because the bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the value you provide and the bigger the income you get. So your knowledge, like a coach Tom Ferry say a few years back, that when you are sitting on a table with a client, either you selling something or you sell, giving them a service, it's always about them and their problem, because that's what the again, you got to ask questions, you got to get to know their problem, and then you're going to provide the solution. So bigger the problem, and then the bigger the solution, and bigger the income. So always be a problem solver for your clients, because that's what it is. Think about Amazon. How the Amazon grew like so many trillions of dollar business, because of problem solving. Especially they grew a lot during the COVID, because people cannot get out, or they're afraid to go to the grocery store, they're afraid to go to the stores, and the stores are even like not open, many stores. So they served you at the door. Problem, so it's a bigger problem, people need stuff. So thus number 4 is, think in your mind that you want to solve the problem, either to the world, to the client, to the universe, whatever it is, with your capability. Bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the income you get. So be a problem solver. And the number 5 is the power of mastermind. Okay, so your mastermind, who you mastermind with, is your tribe. Like, remember the power of tribe. So when you masterminding with a group of people, and an ideal mastermind group can be like in a smaller scale, like a 6 to 8 people who you do. And then sometimes you can also do mastermind with the whole group of people, but then you have those 6 to 8 uh, knowledgeable people, same mindset, and then rest of them can be just as an audience. You can grow your brand like that. But the ideal mastermind is 6 to 8, maybe maximum 10 people, and that's why you do mastermind with. It has to be the similar mindset, similar state, similar goal you guys are achieving. So that's why you can help each other. Now what happened in, I think it was in 2017, we have an elite retreat, Coach Tom Ferry, and he asked this thing. He said, money, mindset, resources, mastermind, and network. Out of these 5, which one you think is the most important? And then of course it was the mindset, because when you have mindset, everything comes along. But, and in that, you're saying that the the networking, or the masterminding is most important, because when you do mastermind, your mindset gets better, because then you are seeing the other people are in similar of your position doing those things. And also that opens up resources, and that there's so many. So mastermind, probably you heard about in older days, like that there's a secret society for the rich people, and that is the mastermind. Okay, now it's open, people are doing a lot of different masterminds. So if you are in a business, definitely do a mastermind. Find those finger counted people, and do a either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly mastermind. But do mastermind, build your tribe, because that group is going to take you way far, towards your potential. You can't even imagine right now, because that mastermind with other people, going to build that steps one at a time for you. Another masterminding, I tell you, like we have a 5 a.m. call, group call. It's just a 5-minute call first thing in the morning, but then we keep in touch. Whenever we go to a seminar, we keep in touch with them. It's a similar mindset people. That itself, for 5 to 7 years, I was doing continuously the 5 a.m. call, and then with that group, so much valuable. The people in that group, they're such a so positive mindset. You just give them a call the day you're down, they'll cheer you up. And that is the power of masterminding. So do not forget to do masterminding. Number 6 is, the calendar is your best friend. The schedule is your best friend. You have to follow the calendar every single hour. You should know what's going on, because remember, money you can make is on you. You can make 1x, 2x, 10x, 100x. You can do it. It's unlimited. But what is not unlimited is the time we all have. We all have 24 hours, but the game is how we spending it. So it was, I think, in 2015, when I got my coach, Mr. Cheever. The very first thing in the Tom Ferry coaching, he said that, show me your calendar, let me help you, guide you to build the calendar. And then most importantly, every weekend on a Sunday, or first thing on Monday morning, send me the screenshot of the calendar. And he made me do that for 3 months. And then after 3 months, I say, you know what, let me do it more, because what happens here, I don't even know he was checking my calendar or not, because he has of course the other coaching clients and so. But just for him to ask that and me sending that, I got better on the calendar. So do that, with your people. Have them send a screenshot of the calendar, because just by doing that, they will get better at that on that. And I sent another 3 months, so 6 months I sent him every single week screenshot of my calendar. And then I have another video on the calendar system also, how to schedule yourself, how to manage the calendar. Check that out. But calendar is your best friend, schedule is your best friend, because another thing also, coach Tom Ferry says that when you plan in the weekend, like normally, I know from the 5 a.m. call, a lot of people, they do their scheduling for the week on Sunday afternoon, or maybe latest like first thing on Monday morning. And they set up the whole week, and then as daily we go, we change it, or, we adjust it if it's needed, like something important comes. So that's also important to know, what is my priority, what is my important things to do, and then you adjust like that. But what one thing coach Tom Ferry said, that plan like you're smart, and follow your own plan like you're dumb. And that's what you have to do, because sometimes we outsmart ourselves. So we set up a calendar, and then guess what, as the day go, we think of something else, and we don't even follow the calendar, and that's what we fall. So you have to make sure that you always plan your on your schedule, and follow like a dumb. Just go with that. It will not be 100% as you plan, but even if you're 80%, you'll be very successful. And that is one thing you need to know. Calendar and scheduling is your best friend. Number 7 is also another very important thing. The coaching taught me how to delegate, what to delegate, and automate. How to automate and what to automate. Because without delegation, without proper automation, you will not grow. Because again, the time is the most limiting factor we have. So we have to delegate to the right people, and we have to automate to the right system. And that is one thing I learned from the coaching, that how to delegate, how when to let the control go, and on what. Because you don't want to just delegate to the wrong people, but then it's going to become a headache. So you got to be the right people, right time of the business, and right stuff. So that's the way. And then you move on to the stuff is more valuable to you. So analyzing those things, like, okay, hey, let's see what you're doing throughout the day, and okay, what are the most important thing, how can you multiply that. But just to multiply that, you need more time. Another thing also, we have in our coaching, that when you do the business plan, is say like what the very first question is, what are you going to take it off from your plate. That's the number one thing. Before even you fill up your plate, before even add more tasks, more responsibility, more work for yourself, you got to take it off. You got to empty out the plate, and then you're going to put it in. And that is delegation. But then delegation also has an art of delegation, is like a what and when. Because in different stage of the business, you need to know exactly what you're going to delegate. So you don't want to delegate certain stuff, you don't need to, and certain stuff you must delegate. And that's what you do. So delegation and automation is another thing I learned from coaching to grow. Because without that, you'll be a control freak, and you want to do everything by yourself, because that's what you think. And but the coaching teach you know about delegation, automation. That's another very important thing. I'm going to tell you another hard truth. Like a lot of people, they don't get success, not because they're lazy, because they don't know how to adapt. So they're just working hard, and they never adapt on working smart. And that is very important. Okay, the next one, the coaching taught, especially coach Tom Ferry, he's like, you got to be ahead of the market. Because you don't want like, oh, the things happen, the economy happened, or the marketing style changed. You have to think ahead, and then you have to make yourself skillful to be ahead of the market. And I'll tell you, in our coaching in 2016, the coaching system adopted the Zoom call, on the video call. And nobody was doing that time. People like, yeah, Zoom. Like even we had coaches, like, coach Tom Ferry shares that was against that. Like, look, because they're used to do the call on the phone. They're like, oh, now we have to be ready, we have to be more prepared beyond the camera. But guess what happened in 2020 when the COVID happened? Zoom was everything. People got pushed to learn things. But then we are already 4 years ahead. Same thing. He always pushed us to do videos, And again, same thing. 2016, 17, 18. Like it's like do video, be on the YouTube, be on the social media, do videos. Don't just do a post. Do live video, do all kind of videos. Guess what? That's the way the life is happening. People, people are learning things from videos. People are not reading much anymore, and that's what the coaching does. Is going to help you think ahead of the game, so you are already ahead of the other competitor when the things happens. So your skill is already there. Either it could be video, it could be some kind of digital marketing or AI, and you name it. Okay, so that's another thing, like a thinking ahead of the game. Next one, number 9, is the teaching how to be adaptable, like be adaptive. Because many people, especially if you're little, if you're successful already and things are working for you, what happened? you know Think market change, and then you don't want to change because in your head, yeah, I did this thing for years and then I see so many times, okay, and I don't want to change because this is working for us. And I'll tell you, in our real estate market, in 2008 and 9, when the short sale and foreclosure came, many great realtor, good realtor, successful realtor was out of business because they don't want to learn the short sale. They said, no, we're still going to do the same way, and they're out. They don't want to do foreclosure properties. They don't want to work with the investor. They're out. Out means out, or very down. Same thing happened when it came to the COVID time. You know what happened? Coach Tom Ferry, he literally on the live video, he took the business plan, tear it up. He said, throw the business plan you did 3 months back. Okay, this is pivot time, because that is adaptability, and he guided us to how to adapt. The sudden change happened. So the coaching, another thing, also teach you how to be adaptive, because without adapting, um, you know you'll be done. And remember what Darwin said: it's not the smartest, it's not the strongest, the species who survive is the one who is most adaptive. And that is the rule of thumb, that is the universal law. So you have to be adaptive, and that's what the coaching taught us, how to be adaptive. Number 10, last but not the least, is don't just work hard, work smart. Analyze, and then you apply what is working for you. So the smart coaching did is giving, going to help you get more time for yourself, for your family, for what you love. And then don't work hard, you work smart, so you get better result, more result, 10x result with spending less time. And that's the smart work. One of the strategy is check what you're doing, see what's giving you the most value, and then do that more. And now you're working maybe 6 hours a day, and you making way more money than before, because you're not working just hard like a bull, like a pulling the cart. You're working smart. And that's the thing, that's the way you predict your income, because you are working smart now, less time but smarter. You're building a system, so you're not just working hard, you're working smart, and then you're building a system for yourself. And then how much money you're going to make in the future, because you already have a system built up, and that can predict the income. That predictability, sustainability is the magic of coaching. So my friend, if you're still thinking that you should get a mentor or coach or not, check all the 10 points I told you. It's not about the business, it's not about just like certain stuff, just a system. Coaching definitely going to change your life. It's all these things will change your life. The mentoring going to change your life. So go for it. And if you think somebody going to get help with this, share this video, because I like people to understand. And also, either you are ready to get a coaching or not, you at least get these points and apply to your life and get benefit of that. And then I'll feel myself as a winner, because at least one person can change their life because of that. Hey, that's my win. So do that. Please make a comment. Let me know, out of all those 10 things, which one you think is the most important for you. or maybe which one you need right now to apply and you never maybe thought about it. So give me a comment, let me know. And thanks for watching, my friend. I wish you all the best, and let's make it a great business, great life. And it's all about not just working hard, not just making money. It's about make money, grow business, enjoy life, make it great. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. Make a comment if you like it or share with somebody. And I wish you all the best. And remember, always believe in yourself, because you can, you will.